All right, guys, so 7.5 is all on factoring trinomials. So a trinomial, remember, has three terms, right? And we're factoring trinomials today when a is 1. So you're going to see right here that a is 1. So it says when factoring, always look to factor out the GCF first, okay? Factoring trinomials is tricky at times, so we're going to begin slowly. So here are a few thoughts when I walk through these that I think about. Number one, I always ask myself, is there a GCF? Okay, if not, how many terms do you see? You should see 3. Okay, so what does the number of terms help me decide? It helps me decide what multiplies to get one number and what adds to get another. Okay, so I'll explain that here in a minute. So as I go through, okay, my first question is what multiplies to give me 10 and adds to give me negative 11. So we're trying to factor this down, right? We want to break it down to see what it's made of, is what I think of it as, okay? So I know that so what I need to ask myself is what multiplies to give me 10 adds to give me negative 11. I'm going to go ahead and set these up as two binomials, just like we've been doing in class. So I have x and x. Well, I know 10 times 1 will give me 10 when I multiply, but if I add negative 10 and negative 1, that'll give me that negative 11. So that means I have negative 10 and negative 1. If I FOIL this, you're going to get x squared minus 11x plus 10. So let's try another one. What multiplies to give me negative 10 adds to give me positive 9? Well, for 10, I have 1 and 10, or 2 and 5. So I know what multiplies to give me negative 10. One of these is going to have to be negative. So when I go in and make my binomials, I have x because my a was 1. Okay, I know when I do this, I'll have x plus 10 and x minus 1. That will give me 9, right? So when I factor this out, 10 times 1 will give me that 10, or negative 10. 1 has to be negative, though, so 10 times negative 1. And when I add those together, I get negative 9. Let's try this next one. Different variable doesn't mean anything's changing. So I'll have h and h. A is 1. So what multiplies to give me 1 adds to give me 2. Well, that's kind of easy, right? We have 1 and 1. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. All right, let's try number 4. What multiplies to give me negative 6 adds to give me negative 5? Well, we have, so it might help you if you draw a plus and then a times here. We have 2 times 3 will give me 6, or 6 times 1. I know negative 6, what multiplies to give me negative 6 adds to give me that. It's got to be negative 6 and positive 1, right? So as I go in, I'll get h minus 6 and h plus 1. As you go through, you should be able then to multiply these with FOIL, right? First, outside, inside, last, like we did last week. So we'd get h squared, we'd get 1h, okay, we'd get negative 6h, and then we'd get negative 6. You should be able to check your work, and when you simplify this, you'll get h squared minus 5h minus 6. They should simplify to the same thing. Okay, let's try number 5. What multiplies to give me 110 adds to give me 21? Little bit bigger numbers, but we can still do it. When I see 100, I know 10 times 10 is 100, which means 11 times 10 is 110. All right, so when I do that, we'll get in parentheses j plus 11 and j plus 10. So number 6, 3 terms, no GCF. So what multiplies to give me negative 6 adds to give me negative 1. So negative 6, I know I have negative 6 and 1. I have negative 3 and 2. So I know it's going to have to be negative 3 and 2 because negative 3 plus 2 gives me negative 1. So I'm going to go ahead and make my binomials. I have j and j. I know it's going to be negative 3 and then positive 2. Again, can check my work by going in and FOILing. Number 7. What multiplies to give me 14 adds to give me negative 9? Well, factors of 14 are 1 and 14 or 2 and 7. So I know it's going to have to be 2 and 7 to give me that negative 9. So make your binomials. R and R minus 2 and R minus 7 because it multiplies to give me positive 14, adds to give me negative 9. Number 8, what multiplies to give me 35, adds to give me 12. I'm going to have you guys do 8. All right, I'm going to hop back in on number 9. Number 9, 4 and 9, there are no numbers that can number 9 is a little different because we have a y and an x. So when you break this one down with the squareds, you have a y squared and an x squared. You're going to end up having y, an x here, and an x here. And we have to find what multiplies to give me negative 63, adds to give me negative 16. So when I went through, I was thinking all my factors, and I was like, okay, well, 9 and 7 would work, negative 9 and negative 7. But then what I realized, guys, is that I can't multiply negative 9 and negative 7 to give me negative 16, or add to give me negative 16, sorry. When I multiply those, though, it's going to give me a positive 63, so that means this one's going to be prime. If it doesn't work, if you can't find two numbers or factors that multiply to give me something and add to give me something, it is prime. All right. Let's take a look at number 10. Number 10, same idea with the p's and q's, right? We have a p squared and a q squared. So p, q. I need to figure out what multiplies to give me negative 13, adds to give me positive 12. Well, I know it's going to be, let's see, p, so we've got p plus, it's going to be 13, and then p minus 1, right? What multiplies to give me negative 13, and then adds to give me 12. Yes, so p plus 13, p minus 1. If you FOIL this, you get p squared. Okay, you'll get negative 1q. You'll get insides, negative 1pq, 13pq, and then negative 13q squared. You should get the same exact answer. Okay, number 11. Is there a GCF? Yes. So watch what happens. You're going to pull out the GCF. I'll go ahead and erase that for you. And when I pull out the GCF of 3, I get x squared plus 5x plus 6. What multiplies to give me 6, adds to give me 5. You're going to get 3 and 2. So we get 3. We have x plus 3, and then x plus 2. So basically what you're doing is the same thing from up above, but you're putting your GCF out in front. All right, I'm going to have you guys try number 12 as well. This is on factoring trinomials when a is 1. So for homework, I'm going to have you guys go ahead and fill out these notes. Complete the bookwork down below. All right, there are, I think, just over 12 or 13 questions I want you guys to do down below. And then check out the homework calendar for IXLs. All right, shoot me an email if you need anything. Have a great day.